and welcome. My name is Teddy Asmari and I welcome you to the Exchange with Teddy. Today on set, I'm joined by a young, amazing footballer, ZN15. A lot know her by the name of ZINISE Catherine NORRIS. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here. Excited.
It's a pleasure. We are happy that you've joined us today. We just want to talk all things football.
Thank you for the platform. Thank you for the opportunity.
And before we go into the mix of the show, I just want to clarify one or two things. As you can see today, it's the two of us, and most of you are wondering, where is my third partner? Well, today is behind the scenes. Brother, we miss you on the show, but hey, you're doing a great job behind the scenes. Okay, we move into the games. You had a massive tournament, that's the playoffs, because a lot of people don't know your background, who you are, and your name probably popped up when you played the tournament with AMATUKs before you got a promotion, which as we unveil the show, I'd like us to talk about that. But before that, just kindly tell me, who is ZINISE?
ZINISE is a 26-year-old female from a small town called Lotus Gardens in Pretoria West.
Okay.
I am, what can I say, I'm a professional teacher at the moment.
Oh, professional teacher?
Yes,
really?
I completed my degree at the University of Pretoria in 2019.
Congratulations.
So, alongside my football journey, I've also had quite a long education journey as well.
Okay.
I fell in love with football, I think, at the age of about 5, when me and my dad would sit in front of the TV and watch soccer games on Saturdays. That would be like the highlight of my week. Every day I'd wait for Saturday so we could just sit in front of the TV and watch our favorite teams play. And I think from there, that's where I actually fell in love with football, and I've never stopped ever since.
So at the age of 5, you say that you fell in love with the game.
Yes.
Was it daddy who discovered this talent in you?
I won't say discovered the talent, but he sort of instilled the passion, because being the first girl born to my dad, I think he sort of wanted a boy in a way. But yeah, I got the opportunity to spend my weekends watching football with him, analyze the game. We got to watch legends of the game play, as I was growing up. And I think ever since then, seeing his love for the game, and I just fell in love with it through his love of it.
So here you are in Lotus Gardens as a 5-year-old. Do you get a chance to go into the streets and play the game? Or how does it develop?
So with me, initially when I started school, so I only actually started playing at around 8 years old.
Okay.
When I got to primary school at Burger Right Primary School, there were not a lot of sports. It was just athletics or netball or soccer. And I never really liked netball. Okay. Because I always thought maybe I'm a bit too short, but turns out I'm short for everything. So I never really liked netball, and ever since 5, having a love for football, I told my dad, I'm like, Dad, I don't want to play netball. All the girls are being forced to play netball. Why? I want to play soccer. I remember sitting with you on a Saturday and watching football on TV, and I'm not going to follow the other girls. Why must I be like them? Yep. And he would encourage me and he said, okay, if that's what you want, go for it. And I remember we spoke to the coach, and the coach said, So
your dad now takes you to training?
Yes, at my primary school.
Okay.
At my
so does he go to the teacher and he speaks to them, or you do it yourself?
It was a bit of both. Okay. It was me initially telling the coach that, you know what, I love football. I don't really have a liking for netball. I don't understand why.
I want to play football.
I want to play football. I don't understand why girls have to play netball. And I remember the first day when I got to the training field, and the boys were all looking at me like, what are you doing? And my dad
wait. You go to the boys' soccer team?
Boys' soccer team.
So you went to join the boys' soccer team?
I'm 8 years old.
Wow.
Under 10 boys' soccer team. I'm in grade 2.
Okay.
Those boys are grade 4, grade 5.
So you get there, they give you a somehow look. What do you want here?
What do you want?
And at this time, I believe you're a small girl, tiny.
Very tiny.
Yeah.
You can see. Imagine this body at 8 years old. And my dad rocks up to the field with my brand new pair of boots. He went on the day when I said I'm going to play. Went to buy me a pair of boots and bought me those shin guards, the big ones.
They cover the whole shit.
With the ankle guard. I don't know whether he thought I was going to be a hockey goalkeeper.
The old school time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so he bought me my tie and I kit up and whatever. And I'm nervous. I'm a bit nervous to go out. And then he says, you know what, girl? Just go have fun. And ever since that day, those are the words that I always tell myself before I step onto the field.
So you
know
remember
what?
Daddy's words.
Just go have fun.
Wow.
Do what you enjoy. And ever since then, I don't think I ever stopped.
See, this is quite an interesting story, right? I want to understand when they give you that opportunity to play as a girl amongst the boys. How did you feel? Like, how was it like for you?
It was very challenging at first. Obviously, boys looking at you.
Did they discriminate you?
Yes, it was not directly, not to my face. Yes,
But they looked at you like, it's only a girl. What can she do?
Obviously, when they see maybe the coach put me on a lineup instead of the boys that.
Wait, so you were in the lineup ahead of the boys?
Yes, because
wow.
That's where my hard work or my character comes from. Having to always fight against the odds. I'm used to, being the odd one out and having to stand out like a sore thumb. But it's okay. Sometimes that's how you build your character. And I used to always be on the bench. But the thing that my parents always told me was whether you on the bench, in the stands, on the field, you are part of the team.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You need to remember why you started playing, what you are here for. And that's what I always did. The boys would question sometimes the coach on why I would be a substitute brought on. But then I would go on and feel like I made an impact. And the coach would say to me, you know what, you did well today. So I wouldn't look at myself necessarily as the girl in the boys team, but I would look at myself as the star in the boys team.
Wow.
Because I'm the one that's different.
Some mentality right there. A star in the team.
Yes.
You're the one that has to shine for the team to make an impact.
Exactly.
Amazing. So you move from that stage. This is under 8.
Under 10 and 11, a little bit through primary
So you play with the boys from under 10, 11
until like about grade 6. I carried on playing up until I left. I changed schools, and unfortunately the school that I went to didn't allow me to play with the boys.
Okay.
That was for me very hard, because I'm someone who likes to break barriers, and at that school I just couldn't break through the management. I just couldn't get into the team. I tried other sports. I tried tennis. I tried a lot of other, but
your love was for football.
And that's when my mom is actually principal, and one of her friends, or my uncle's friends, is a coach, Llewellyn Barensa. And he called me and he's like, why are you just sitting at home? Because he knows that I have this love for football. Yes. And I've been complaining the whole of grade 5, grade 6. Like, I haven't been playing. It's so boring sitting at home. And he then started a girls' team in Lotus Gardens
because of you?
No, not necessarily because of me, but because of the love that he saw that there is between the girls in Lotus Gardens.
But in the back of your mind, to start that team, you were core. You need to say,
like to think
she's just at home. Why don't we start a soccer team?
Because maybe I'd like to think that I was, because initially before he had started the girls team, I joined the local boys, his team as well, and just training with them, just to keep fit, just to keep playing, because remember at this time I was unable to play at school.
Yes.
So I would play with them, and then towards the end of my grade 6 year, he started this girls team at his school, because he was the coach at the school, and I would join them. I would go to tournaments with them, even though maybe it's a bit against the rules or whatever, but I would go because my school doesn't have it. I would go to tournaments with them. I was actually a part of that whole team, and from there, Choosburn Ladies started.
And now, you're playing with the girls.
Yes.
You're coming from the boys.
Yes.
How is the transition for you? And how do you find it playing with other girls? As a lady as well.
It was a little bit of a transition, because remember, even at primary school, there was girls. The moment that I started playing, some girls did start introducing themselves into football gradually, because now I sort of opened the door for them.
Yeah.
And more girls started playing. But before then, I hadn't been a part of a full or a whole girls team. It was a bit of an adjustment, because girls are a bit more emotional, or whatever. But
and at this moment, right, you are being exposed to the emotional side of females in the football field. You're playing with the guys. They're rough.
Yes.
They give you handovers. They kick you. They bully you.
Yes.
Now you're coming to your peers, right? And how's the adjustment for you, in terms of handling emotions and the physical side of the game?
Yeah, I think it's important first to understand the people that you're working with, because not everyone is the same. I mean, with the girls especially, like, we are so different. With boys, they sort of try to hide their personality here and there, but girls, we are very outspoken. We have big personalities, and because I also have this big personality, I think that's what draws people in like to talk to me and how I'm able to connect with them, because I'm very talkative. I'm easy to get along with. I see a lot of perspectives.
Okay.
So I think that made the transition a lot easier, because I understood where they came from, because they just like me. They also just want to break through in this industry. That's all they want. So I think that the commonality makes it easy for us to bond.
And in terms of playing, was it simple for you?
In terms of playing,
Because you're coming from a high
bit,
level in terms of intensity, physicality.
I wouldn't say it was easy, but it was also a lot of learning, because
Okay.
I could teach them something, but they would also teach me something. They would teach me to be a little bit more patient, a little bit less aggressive maybe in some instances. So it was a learning exchange, and so I think it was a good experience, yeah.
So an experience that you cherish.
Yes, a lot.
Okay, now amazing. So now this is still within the junior ranks.
Yes.
Moving away from that, I want us to talk about how now you transition from that into the senior football. You know, now you're no longer playing for the unders, but now, you know, you're beginning to sign contracts. Yeah.
Yeah. So my journey actually started by the grace of God. Actually, I was playing a game at school, and someone from the other team's coach said to me, "I want to put you in connection with someone from Tax." And he came up to me and I said, okay, no, here's my dad's phone number, because at that time, you know, I'm the type of person, when you want to talk to me about football, let me give you the right person's number. I gave him the
remember you
number.
were saying that your dad is your biggest inspiration.
Yes,
Okay.
that is he's the driving force in a way. And then, so I came to trial year, grade 11, worked very, very hard here, trialed. That they even said to me when I was coming back in matric, they said, you know what, let's start the process of getting you to be a student at Tax.
Okay.
So I did my matric, and my first year here, they gave me a bursary, they put me into the sports house, and that's how my journey at Tax started. It wasn't easy. I mean, there were a lot of coaches that I had to break through and whatever, but once, you know, the coaches saw my potential.
And in breaking through, what is that one thing which was a barrier to your breakthrough, an obstacle in your way, yeah, which you say, after this, I thought I can make it in football?
Well, okay, when I got here in my first year, they'd obviously recruited a lot of players and so on, and they recruited a very experienced...
And I mean, Tax, they have a lot of good players.
Yes, exactly, and they recruited a very experienced, at the time I was playing right back, an experienced right back from Swaziland.
At this moment, you're playing right back?
At this moment, I'm playing right back.
Okay.
She's very experienced. She played for the Swazi national team, and they signed her at the exact same year that I finished my matric. And it was quite hard for me because I failed the time trial. We had a time trial at the beginning of the year, and I don't know how. I just think I was in a bad mental state at the time. Failed the time trial, was unable to play because that was one of the requirements.
So what is time trial in this?
So the time trial was basically you have to complete a certain amount of kilometers at a certain amount of time, and if you don't complete it in or under that amount of time, you can't play until you do.
Okay.
So you have to go back every week until you
make
that,
it.
Yes, until you make it. And the first week I didn't make it. I think I was like about a minute or 2 minutes over. So the coach said, no, you can't play. Ruled me out of the game, put me in the stands. And came back the next week, did the time trial, just made it. Same thing. Squad is full. Back to the stands. And for the whole first leg of that season, I spent it in the stands. I remember calling my dad and crying and saying...
So in this moment, were you training?
I was training every day.
Okay.
So
you're training, but you just don't make it to the last 18.
Yes, I just can't break through into the 18. I'm at training every day. I'm at games. I'm in the gym. Wherever they need me to be, I'm there.
Okay.
But it's just a matter of... It's just my breakthrough is just taking so long. And then one of our players got a red card, unfortunately, and was ruled out of the game. So because she was the Swazi player is a very experienced right back, they moved her to centre back, and they said, you know what, ZINISE, go in. And I remember that was a big game because that was against the log leaders at the time, Super Falcons. And I got into the field and I was marking a girl that is like, I don't know,
half your size,
10 times taller than me. And I could contest with her, and I was winning
all the
ball
jewels.
of her. And my coach was shocked. She didn't even know. Like, she was just like, wow, is this the same? Is this the same player that's been in the shadows the whole... And I think that's where my breakthrough into the Tax team came.
Amazing story.
Yeah.
And you know, just hold it there because we just want to take a quick break. And when we're done, we'll come back and hear more from ZINISE. Stay with us.
Hello, I'm ZINISE NORRIS. I play for AMATUKs ladies, and you are watching The Exchange with Teddy.
Start up your day with faith-filled confessions of healing and health from the Healing School mobile app.
Therefore I declare that I enjoy the life of perfect health and perfect peace always.
Living a healthy, vibrant, and prosperous life depends on the words you speak. Download the Healing School mobile app today on the Google Play and Apple App Store. Or visit our website at www.enterthehealingschool.org.
Welcome back on The Exchange with Teddy. I'm still chilling with your favorite girl, ZN15. You know what they say about dynamites, right? What do? They
come in small packages and they're lethal.
Wow. So you were telling me about your story of how you had to mark a woman, 10 times your size.
Yeah.
Hence we put in the dynamite thing, right? And rightfully so, you played your role, played your part, and you did well, which changed the coach mind.
Yeah, I mean, initially when coaches look at me, they look at me and they say, look at this compact, tiny person. But when I step onto the field, they're surprised because I become 10 times bigger than my size, in the things that I do and the way that I play. So for me, I feel like overcoming and reaching and breaking through and getting into new frontiers, that's something that I'm used to and I'm excited to do.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So now, because of that, this makes you one of the, I want to choose the word very carefully, but not senior to say, but one of the regular players in the team, because you've cemented your position quite well because of the work that you're doing into the field.
Yeah.
Now, when the coach is writing the team sheet, I mean, your name has to be there because of what you give to the team.
Yeah.
And now this is in the professional league.
Yeah. So ever since then, I mean, I've changed positions like I don't know how many times before us even moving into the Hollywood Super Pits. I went from right back to defensive midfielder to center back to left back, and every position where they put me in, I've always just said to myself, you know what, we need to work hard. And that's what I also try to instill in the girls when I'm on the field. Because like you're saying, I do get the opportunity to play a lot more games now. So which means I have a lot more influence and a lot more pull in the team sometimes. So I can communicate with people and tell them what to do and where to go and so on. And I think I've somehow used the fact that I'm small in height and made up for it with my big voice and my big personality.
And your big brains.
And my big brains on the field, yes.
Wow. So congratulations, by the way. We didn't do that. Pardon me.
Okay.
You just got promoted, right, from the SASOL League into the Hollywood League. Quite a step for you.
Yes, very exciting. I think I've played something like 8 seasons or 7 seasons in Hollywood. I mean, in SASOL, and this will be my first one at Hollywood. I'm beyond excited.
So, not to put pressure, but what are your expectations moving into the new season?
Personally, my expectation is to obviously do well, not only for myself but for my team. Be someone that they can rely on. Be someone that the fans know that when I'm on the field, I'm always going to give them what they paid for, and also wear the badge and represent myself and the team with pride.
And what is it that we can expect from you as a player?
Well, I want to say you can expect more men of the matches, more Disky Queens. I want to say that.
By the way, you were the Disky Queen in the playoff, the final game of the playoffs.
Yes, in the final game and the first game of the playoffs.
The first game?
First game.
2 games?
2 games.
Wow.
2 games. First game and the final game of the playoffs.
And in all these games, you were playing as a CDM?
As a central defensive midfielder.
So
yes.
this is your desired position, or?
It is my desired position, but I love playing right back because I have so much speed. So I love just being able to run up and down the line. But I enjoy the midfield because of the thinking. You need to be able to visualize, and there's a whole different mental aspect to playing in the middle of the park in comparison to playing on the wing. And for me, that's what makes playing in the middle of the park exciting.
And in preparation to the Hollywood Bears, of course, like we know, the league that you're moving into now is a step above the one that you're coming from. So SASOL might be less in intensity or in aggression, and maybe the thinking, the physicality of it as a whole. Now you're going into a different league where Sundowns ladies are dominating. There's a WC, there's TUT, and you guys are just the new kids on the block. Is there pressure?
I think there's pressure, but also there's no pressure. I mean, we've played against the likes of your Sundowns. We've played against the likes of UWC. We play against them at our varsity tournaments. We play against TUT at our varsity tournaments. So we have a gauge on where they are physically. And I don't think we're too far off. And I mean, looking at how we contest against them in those major tournaments, Varsity Cup, USA, and we don't always come last. We don't get big defeats, or if they beat us by a narrow margin, sometimes we can collect the upper hand. So I think, yes, there is pressure for us going into the league, but not so much pressure for us to perform, but for us to just do what we know we can do. Yeah.
So how far we see you, before we see you, I mean, with Banyana?
How long? I don't know. That one is in the Almighty's hands, but we'll keep praying.
But is it one of your dreams? One of the things that are on your bucket list?
Yes, it's been on my bucket list since I started playing at under 10, and then when we went to Sweden, we had the opportunity. When I went to Sweden in 2012, we had the opportunity to play against the under 20s, and just that game alone, getting the feel of where they are physically and how well they played, that sort of also lit a fire under me to say, you know what, I need to push myself, because that's where I want to see myself in a couple of years' time. So I still do, yeah.
Donning that yellow and green jersey, rubbing with the big ladies in the country.
Yes, and I think I have what it takes to be there. So it's just a matter of me putting in more hard work and cementing myself in football.
I like your confidence.
Confidence is key, but being humble is what keeps you.
And you have a lot of humility. I mean, I could tell behind the scenes, you know, when we're having a conversation that, no, this is a young lady, you know, she carries herself well. And
thank you.
Talking about carrying yourself well, you know, what type of life do you live that separates you amongst the, because we know footballers and their lifestyles, you know, they are all over. So how do you live your life? What's your personal conduct?
I think if I have to talk about my lifestyle, it's firstly, it's very busy, because as a female professional footballer at the moment, we don't really have the perk or the privilege of only having one career. I don't have the privilege of only playing soccer. Like I said, I'm a full-time teacher as well, so which means from 7:30 in the morning until about 3:30, I'm at work, and then 4 o'clock I'm on the field, and then when I get home, I'm preparing for the next day. So my days are quite hectic and quite close in two, so it's very important for me to eat well, drink a lot of water. Water has become my best friend, because I think being hydrated is one of the most essential things, especially when you spend a lot of time on your feet, up and down in the sun. So my lifestyle is quite hectic. And
you know, as you're speaking about that, as a female footballer, do you perhaps talk among your teammates to say, guys, look, the male footballers, right, don't have two jobs. You would never hear at any day that Andy Lejali is a full-time teacher playing for Mamelodi Sundowns. But here you are, playing in the Hollywood Bets, yes, which is the highest level, right, in South Africa for females.
Yes.
Juggling between two jobs, being a teacher and being a footballer. Do you think there is fairness in terms of how you guys are treated as women in the sports industry?
I mean, this is a debate that's been going on for I don't know how long.
Do you address it?
I think we try as females. We do try. We trying every day to break barriers, especially in sport. I mean, look at Banyana. Banyana goes out and they absolutely work hard, and they do everything that they can to cement themselves as, you know, leading African women footballers. And yet when they come back home, they have to come back and worry about, you know, I need to go back to my job. I need to, you know,
You need to go and teach.
I need to go back to
You're
teaching.
tired. Mind you, football is like
Yes,
a full-time job on its own.
On its own, exactly. So it's hard, but we need, I think it's also, it comes with the fact that we need more people to climb on board and see that us as women footballers, we have so much to offer. There's so much that we can give them, give the sport, and until they do that, we'll never be able to bridge the gap. We'll never be able to be on the same page as men, because men have so many people pumping funding into all their football initiatives, all their sports initiatives, whereas on the female side, we try to scrape together whatever we can get. You know, we see it at clubs, we see it at with our national team. And I mean, if we're seeing it with our national team, who are we at a club level? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a tricky one, and we keep pushing for the passion that we have for the sport. And sometimes I feel like we are taken for granted because of that. Because they know that we will continue to work hard, we will continue to try to put ourselves on the map with hopes of one day getting there. But I mean, we can only hope for so long. When are things going to materialize? When are we going to see what they've been selling to us? You know?
And there's always pressure for you guys to perform.
There's always pressure.
And you know, fairly so, you perform. Look at Banyana, they won AFCON.
Exactly.
But with minimum resources. And yet the males are given everything.
Everything.
But they come out with nothing.
The salaries, the bonuses, the equipment, the staff, they have everything. I don't see an excuse. And yet we that don't have anything, we still push through our circumstances and our situations and come out on top. So I think women are resilient like that. We are just superheroes that way.
So 5 years now, 3 years now, 3 years from now, where should we expect you? Where do you see yourself?
All roads are leading to hopefully a contract overseas, get some time, spread my legs, spread my wings, learn about new cultures, learn different styles of football, grow some more, gain more experience, and then hopefully bring it back and share it with the national team.
Quite a mind she has. You know what? Stay with us, and when you come back, we want to talk about the favorite part of the show. That is the quiz. We'll be back.
My name is NORRIS. I'm ZINISE's dad. I just want to take the time just to send her a message. Very proud of her. She's playing next year. She's playing in the Hollywood Bets League. I just want to wish her well and just emphasize it again. Just go ahead and have fun. Have fun, and all the best for the next season. Thank you.
Get faith-inspiring testimonies for living in divine health from the Healing School magazine. It's free of charge and easy to download. Just log on to www.enterthehealingschool.org/magazine. Fill in your name and email address. Download now.
Welcome back on the Exchange with Teddy. We are on the final segment of the show, still with your favorite girl, ZENISE. And now we want to move into this exciting part of the show. Well, my co-host usually handles this, so I'll try.
Okay.
It's not my specialty. Pardon me as we go into it. So what I want from you now is to give me a five-a-side, right? So I'll start with the male five-a-side, and then after that I'll go to the female five-a-side.
Okay.
So you give me the winning five-a-side, its coach, and the captain, as same as the females. Okay. So we start with the females. With the males. Yeah. So in goals, who do you have?
In goals, I'll have Ronwen Williams.
Why Williams?
He's a shot stopper. Tactical awareness, he can read the game. So.
And you know, this is the first time Williams has been, picked.
Really?
Everyone always goes for Kune.
No.
Yeah?
A little bit of a younger blood, man.
Okay.
A little bit younger.
Fair enough.
Defenders.
And by the way, Williams, he used to be my favorite goalie before he even played for Bafana.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, he's
I always saw future in him.
He really grew a lot over the last few years. Okay, before I go there, I know that Andile Jali is a part of my team.
Okay, AJ.
I know that Kamat Erasmus is there, and I know that Keegan Dolly is there. So
Wait, why do I feel like this is a color-dominated team? Like,
But Andile Jali is not colored.
oh yeah, AJ. No, I'm thinking Williams. Okay.
But I mean, why
Kemit.
not? Why not?
No,
give
no,
our
no, no,
colored
no.
kids a
This is
shout
your
out?
team. Yeah, you
Because
can.
I mean,
They're good, actually.
Kermit
They're good.
Erasmus and Dolly. I mean,
Amazing players.
amazing players. I just need a defender because now I have like 4.
Yeah, you have 4 now.
I have 4, eh? So I need a defender. Defender. Mato.
Ah,
Yeah, let's go.
that's
with
a rare
Mato.
pick, eh?
Let's go with
Why,
Mato.
why Matoho?
Tower reads the game.
Okay.
Smart, very intelligent, good aerial ability, tactical awareness. He always knows where the ball is. Good communication with the goalkeeper. He's very good at communicating with his goalkeeper. So yeah, I think that's my
Your 5-a-side.
that's my 5.
Who's the captain?
Just for his leadership, I'm gonna give Mato the captaincy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give Mato. Yeah, Mato will be my captain.
And the gaffer?
And who's going to be the coach? Let's go with Stuart Dexter.
Wow, okay, no problem. We'll give it to you then. You did well, amazing.
Okay. So it's a good enough team.
No, it's a brilliant team.
It's a good
It's a
enough
brilliant
team,
team. I
yeah.
mean, there is balance. Eric has won everything in football that
Yes.
you made, except for the Continental Cup.
Yeah.
But he played the final. Kemit, the same. He
Kermit.
played with Sundowns. He has experience.
Jali went overseas. Kermit's
You
been
know,
overseas.
They've
So,
done well. They're all
See,
done
I have
well.
a little bit of
It's a good team. You know, Dolly was in France as well. He's back with Chiefs, played for Sundowns. Plays,
clinical left foot.
He also plays for Bafana. So
Yeah.
amazing team. Amazing choice in the coach as well.
Okay.
He has won it all in South Africa, by the way.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure about the coach.
No, you
I don't
did,
really
you
know the
did.
coaches that well.
Well, he didn't have a good second spell, but his first spell at Kaizer Chiefs was amazing.
Yes, that I remember.
It was
That
amazing.
I remember. Yeah.
Now,
The ladies.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna come back to the goalkeeper. I'm gonna start with Refilwe Jani. Okay, she's definitely in my team.
everyone pits Refi.
I mean, she's just an exceptional player. She's good on and off the ball. Her movement. For myself, when I look at how I want to play, I look at some of the things that she's doing and say, you know what, I need to get this right. I can
So
do that.
you guys
and so
play
on.
you guys play the same
Similar position, yes,
Is,
same
is she
positions.
like your under? Are you the understudy of?
I would
of
like to be.
Okay.
It would be a privilege to be an understudy to Refilwe Jani. I mean, she's exceptional. She's a very good player. I think she deserves a lot more praise than she is given.
Okay.
She's a very hard worker. I've played against her. I've played against her at Silo Mokoena tournament a couple of years ago, and when she's on the field, you're on the field playing with her, but you can't help but marvel at how she's. She's
You're
good.
impressed. Okay,
Yeah,
we
she's
have
very good.
Fifi there.
We have Fifi. Who am I putting in goals? I think the girls are a little bit hard because I actually know them, so it's a tough one. I'm putting myself in there, definitely. I'm in there.
Okay, so it's double D with Fifi.
Yes.
Or you playing right back?
I can go to right. I can go
Okay.
to centre back. I can even go as a striker.
All right, so it's 2 now.
Yes.
Okay.
Defenders. I'm going to keep.
No, we have the defender. You're the defender.
Oh, I'm the
remember?
defender.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a 5-a-side. It can have defenders.
Yeah. Let me bring in
Okay.
another. Let me bring in another defender. I'll bring in my friend Mavungu Kodani Manyanya. I'll bring in. She plays for JVW.
Okay.
So now I have 3.
Why her among all the defenders?
Because she's a sturdy defender, strong at the back, going to make sure that I'm anchored. So that will give me more room to do the up and down. So which means I can maybe move to the right back.
Amazing.
So that will give me that. Now we need to look up front. I want to go with Sipho Singwe. I like her.
Amazing
Her
talent.
running, her runs off
She's
the
another
ball.
one who is always in the 5-a-side.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Her runs off the ball is just
Intelligent player.
intelligent. She knows where to get into the right spaces. I'm left with the goalkeeper. Okay. Let me keep it local. Let me go for
Hey, this is tough. It's
goalkeepers are tough because I have 3 of them. It's okay. I'm gonna go with the tax goalkeeper. I'm gonna say Slindile Duma, the goalkeeper of the
Duma.
tournament from the SASOL 2022 national playoffs. Yes,
Wow.
my team's goalkeeper.
Amazing.
And
I haven't seen you that much, but those 3-4 games that I've seen
She's
her
a
play.
good shot stopper, and I think
She
in
was
the 5-side
amazing.
you're gonna need a shot stopper.
You
so
do. Yeah.
I'll go for a shot stopper.
And who's the captain?
I'm making myself the captain.
Hey!
Yes, I believe I have good leadership qualities, and I mean, I've led before, so I'll make myself the captain, and I will keep my coach as Coach Mot Kumalo.
So this is your coach at Tuks.
Yes, my Tuks coach.
Why your coach?
I love the way that she works with the ladies. I mean, she's someone that deals with the players one-on-one as an individual, and I think that's something that...
What is the best thing that she has told you?
The best thing that she has told me is that, I can't even remember. She tells me a lot of things. We talk.
But one that stands out, you know, that you remember before the show, you told me what your dad said.
Yes.
And it
just
stuck with you forever. What did you say anyway?
Go have fun.
Go have fun.
Go have
and
fun.
you say that before you go to any match.
That's what I always
You
tell
remember,
myself.
go have fun.
Go have fun. I think one of the most important things that she told me is that I must always remember that I'm not here by mistake. That me being a part, because remember I'd left and came back, and me being a part of the system at this moment is not a mistake. There's a reason why I'm here now. She always reinforces that. You are not here by mistake. And she always tells me that. She's glad I came back. She's happy because one thing I should always remember is that God doesn't make mistakes, and I'm not here by mistake.
Amazing. Last word to your fans as we close the show?
I just want to say to everyone, please, please, please come out in numbers. Support us next year. I promise we will do our best. We won't disappoint. Please start making waves for women football. I mean, we are ready to give you guys a spectacle. Just pitch up at the stadium. Be there or be told. Yeah.
And if I don't do this, Mommy won't forgive me. Because she did say that you don't talk about her.
I don't talk about her enough.
Why is it the case? Why?
I don't know. And I have to, this is something that's I have to say this. I want to say thank you to my family. I mean, without my family, none of this would have been possible. I mean,
and your team as well?
And my team. And, you know, everyone, my whole support structure, starting from my coaches at under 10. My dad and my mother that came and ran next to the field. My sisters that don't go to their school stuff or their friend stuff because they're coming on a Saturday to sit and watch me play soccer. So my family has really sacrificed a lot for me on this journey. And I think I'd be doing them a disservice if I don't say how much I appreciate everything they've put in over these years. I mean, I don't think I would have had the courage to carry on sometimes. Sometimes I just wanted to hang up my boots. And the first phone call would be to my mom or to my dad, and they would say, you know what, no. You know, pick them up again. We go again, we keep trying. And I think us as footballers, we sometimes forget how important, you know, our families are in this journey. So I just have to say
it's a difficult journey without family.
Yes, I've seen a lot of people fall on the wayside because great talents fall on the wayside because their parents and their families were not standing behind them. So I'm grateful, I'm blessed to have parents that are willing to travel 5 o'clock in the morning.
And not only do they travel, but they're actually here with you.
They're here everywhere. Wow. At the age of 26, I still call them whenever something big is happening in my life and like, Mommy, Daddy, come be there, you know, at 26 years old.
Up.
So, and they're there.
They're amazing parents.
Amazing. I wouldn't ask for any other parents.
You're blessed.
I am.
Well, you heard it from the lady herself. I mean, we have nothing more to say. Only to say thank you for watching The Exchange with Teddy. We'll be back again next week. It's bye-bye from us. Cheers.
Thank you for watching The Exchange.